Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today, what I have for you are the thorough, warm reviews of all 25 BBMBs. And usually I will split this up into two sections, but I thought it would really be nice if I could pull it off, and I think I got pretty efficiently through these. If I could pull it all off in one batch rather than splitting it into two, because I tend to see that the views fall off for the second segment, and I'm always sad because I want everybody to know about all of them. So if you have time, please stay through to the end and we will do all 25 warm reviews of summer of 2025 at BBMB. So let's start out with my list. Now, because I was doing all 25 at the same time, I really wanted to think through what did I love, what was I not so sure about, what were things that maybe I would repurchase but I wouldn't club, all that kind of thing. So I made a list and I checked it at least twice, maybe more. And we're going to start at the top. Now, I haven't gotten through a lot of my colleagues' videos yet, but I just started the one for Charity Rose, and I can tell you, a lot of the ones that I love, she didn't care for. So this is why you are supposed to watch as many as you can when it comes to BBMB, because all of our sniffers do really extremely differ. So I'm going to start with my number one when it comes to warming. Now, my number two, if I could only choose one bar to put into my club, the second one on my list here would be the one that I would really prioritize because I've wanted it back so badly. But I really liked the scent, and of course I will be clubbing this, of Amber Road better than anything else on this whole table, even the second one, which is near and dear to my heart for the holidays. But this is such a good scent, you guys. This has resin and amber and beautiful, almost like a redwood and some incense. Oh my gosh, this smelled so good in my house all day long. It is my younger daughter's favorite scent, I think really close to of all time with Scentsy, so I will definitely be putting it back in my club. I don't know why in the past when she loved it so much I only liked it, because this time it was a really amazing scent to my scent preferences. I just adored it. So Amber Road, nice and thick and strong, not super heavy, although if you don't care for incense and resin scents, you might find this to be completely disgusting, which one of my friends seems to have, but I loved this. I am absolutely putting it in my club. Probably I'll get 2 or 3 bars when BBMB shows up in July to get a jump start so that I can melt this in August, September, and October especially. It's good in a bedroom if you want something that's almost, to me, a romantic resin scent, because it's not just cedar closet. It has almost a perfumey, incensey undertone, and it's not ridiculously sharp. Really good bar. Okay, the next one is the one I was the most excited about that I called my MVP in my cold sniff reviews, and that's going to be Central Park Pralines. Now, I saved this for today. This is the last day that I am melting through all the BBMBs. I put so many things in so many warmers over so many days. My poor kids had to dedicate their rooms to scents that they didn't necessarily want to be smelling so I could get through everything. But Central Park Pralines did not disappoint. It's exactly what I remember it being. It's just a really wonderful caramely nut scent, and it's got a little bit of cinnamon sugar, but primarily you get almost like a golden brown caramel, almost a chewy kind that you'd get in a pecan turtle, no chocolate, but the pecans and the caramel, and then a little bit of spice. So holiday, so good. And this is going into my club probably 2 quarterly at least to get things started, and just like Amber Road, I'll probably grab 1 or 2 in July. Fantastic scents. So the first 10 that I'm going to talk about are either going in my club or would be club contenders if I have space. Now the next group are scents that maybe I would get more of, but not necessarily club. And then really, there's only one scent here that I don't like at all. And there's another one that's way down at the bottom because performance is so poor, but I love the scent so much, maybe I'll get another one anyway. So as we go along this first group, these are my top 10. So Amber Road was number 1, Central Park Pralines was number 2. Now number 3, I shouldn't belabor it because I talk about it all the time and it's already in my club, that's Summer Holiday, and this is my favorite spring summer scent of all time. Fall winter scents will always trump spring summer scents for me just because I like them better. But it's funny, as I was doing a lot of these other bars, which are newer to me or I just don't love them, when I got to summer holiday, knowing that I have lots of this left too in my basement, I just filled all the warmers and had the most glorious afternoon with this beautiful, to me, very feminine, summery scent. So it's got the orange, it's got amber, it has tiger lily, it has vanilla. It's kind of perfumey. If you are familiar with Endless Weekend by Bath & Body Works, they don't really even make that candle anymore that I know of, but that is the only other scent that to me smells similar to Summer Holiday. I absolutely love it, and it is a medium level at best. Many people struggle with performance. I get good, solid medium performance every time that I melt it in my particular home. All right, now the next couple, I really had a hard time after the ones that were the most obvious that are going back in my club. What do I want to talk about next? Some of it is just that it's hard to melt a very specifically fall bar in the middle of the summer or vice versa. So what I put next for the moment, when it comes to I would really like to smell this now and I would club it and I will look forward to melting it, is one of the more unique scents that was in this group, and that's going to be Seashore. I think this will be a controversial pick. I don't think most people are going to like this that much, but I really enjoyed it. This has grapefruit, it's got lemon, it has vanilla bean, but then it has all this really strong salty sea air. And when I put this in my warmers, it performed very well. It did drop off after a few hours, but it was so strong that that was kind of a good thing. And it really put me on an Atlantic beach. I loved this. Very much invigorating, unique, good performer, lifted my mood. So Seashore for me was definitely in my top 10. I will be clubbing that at least for a while. Now the next one, I am ranking this quite high without having stored it for a period of time. So I'm going to put a caveat on this. I've never had Cactus Flower Lime before. Loved it in my warmer. Reminds me of a more green tea version of Mediterranean Spa, which is fantastic. We just had the cleaning line. I wish they would have brought the bar back at the same time. I would have clubbed it. But it has a similar profile with that beautiful, sweet mineral spa grouping of notes that Mediterranean Spa has. But green tea, in my experience with Scentsy, as you store the bars, it can change the scent and it can get a little funky. So in 6 months, I'm going to need to look at what's going on. If I don't like it, I'll pull this from my club. This is so good. So it's got this lime mist mystery note, and it has the green tea, and it's got this just wonderful, fresh, clean, and sweet spa scent. Loved it. It's going to be really good for summertime. I will probably get at least maybe 3 of these in my July order for BBMB so I can melt them freely, and I'm going to throw it in my club. Really, really nice. Now the next ones, what did I have next? Okay. The next one is only bumped down a few notches because you don't want to melt this in June. Cranberry pumpkin spice, and this is just one of those bars. I love it. It's fantastic. Put it in the warmer. It's cozy and cuddly and homey, but it feels really strange to melt right now. But oh, is it good. It's got really nice cranberry, beautiful pumpkin, not the super squashy pumpkin that people get offended with, and a good balance of spices. So if you're looking for an excellent fall bar, it's a bit of a stretch to be imagining enjoying this right now, but you got to club this. It's so, so nice. Then the next one, this was the prettiest of all of the perfumey sweet bars, Linger. This is a winner, you guys. It's medium level at best, but I put this in on the same day as some of the other candy or sweet bars. This one performed very well. It lasted the longest. This has a very interesting grouping of notes. It's got marshmallow, it has praline, and I don't have the notes in front of me, but a couple of more floral fruity scents. I think a little bit of grapefruit. It reminded me of Love Story without the chocolate. If any of you are familiar with Love Story, if you've melted both and you don't see that similarity, or you do, I'd love a comment on that. But Linger to me was a better performing, slightly more interesting version of Love Story, and I will be clubbing this for a while. It's really nice. So those were at the top of my list, and if I don't have room for some of these in my club as I'm editing, I'll get a stack of them, but I'm planning on clubbing them all. Now the next couple here, I have to club pistachio ice cream because I love it and I've missed it so very much. But this is sort of a no-brainer. But it wasn't quite as exciting as a couple of the others. So for performance, for scent appeal, I would rank this right up there with the first couple, but some of the others were more interesting. But this is the most beautiful, sweet pistachio meringue ice cream smell. It's a good performer. It was nice and strong for a whole day in my house, and it just made me happy. It always does. This is a really, really good smell. Now, the last two in my top 10, for me, I know that I will use them. One of them did surprise me that I'm liking this kind of smell more. That's going to be Marshmallow Mint. I have always just sort of thought this was okay. I melted it on the same day as pistachio ice cream, and I loved it. Maybe I should melt this in the summer and not the winter, because I always think of it as a Christmas bar, and then I'm not impressed. This was good. So it's got a really nice marshmallow and amber, almost like a buttercreamy, because it's a buttermint, scent as it melts along. And the mint is not sharp. So really nice. I see why there's so much buzz and squawk about this. And it's the first time I really fell in love with this bar, although I've melted it before. And then for me, out of a top 10, I had to ask myself, what would I use? These top 10 are ones that I would reach for, at least in their season, repetitively, and I would want a good amount of them. Some of the other bars that I'll talk about in my next like 11 to 20-ish ranking, they might be better performers and they might be more unique, but I won't reach for them as often. So I really ended up liking Exotic Vanilla. It took some time to get moving though. So if you throw this in your warmers, don't expect much out of it, say the first 2 hours. I was actually about ready to take it out of the warmer and put something else in, and then all of a sudden it bloomed. So this has a bunch of subtle notes, I think jasmine and patchouli, underneath the vanilla, and it is warm. It is more of an atmospheric scent that just makes your home feel rich and beautiful. It's not super hit you in the face. It's not extremely strong, but I really liked it. So I think I'm going to club it for a period of time. I don't know if it'll go in for forever and forever. It's right on the edge. The next bar I'm going to talk about was definitely stronger and more unique, but I think I would melt Exotic Vanilla more, so that's why I put it there. Now the next bar is one I have been curious about for years. I'm very happy that we finally got it in BBMB, and I will definitely buy some, but I'm not sure that I'm going to club it. That's going to be Ace. It's really good. And maybe it was just unfair because I put it in on the same day as Amber Road and that just took me away. This is really good though. But what I'm finding is that the lavender in here, which it's nice, it's almost like a chocolate and shaving cream and tangerine and what is in there? Amber. It's a really weird combination. I liked it, but I got a lot of lavender, more than I thought that I would. So is it nice? Yes. Do I want more? Yes. But when I'm thinking of masculine scents that I would keep in my club, Hemingway and Hendrix are at the top of my list, and then I've got Hometown Cowboy. So this would come in as sort of a distant 12th kind of deal, but it's very, very nice. And because we've never had it before and probably won't have it again, I'm flirting with maybe clubbing it just for a minute, or definitely getting maybe 4. I don't know. I always give you these numbers and then they change as I'm trying to make orders, and then I revisit it and I fall in love with it later, and so maybe I'll just throw it in my club for a hot minute so that I can think about it. But this one was right on the bubble for me of should it be top 10 or not. Very good. Then the next one, which we do get back on occasion, but it impressed me a lot more this round, was Luxe Vanilla. This was just as nice as Exotic Vanilla. It's just, as I explained in my cold sniff reviews, there's a warmth versus a coolness. So this one, really nice. Not as strong and funky as I've had it in the past. So I'm excited to get more. Unless my kids speak up and say that they really love this, which I need to have them try it, I'm not going to club it. I'll get a few, but it's another one like Ace where I'm right on the bubble of if I didn't have such a huge club, I'd throw this in. I liked it a lot. Now from here, we go into bars where I will want to get a few more, and the next one I may have to club just because it's another one of younger daughter's absolute faves. I like it, but it doesn't sweep me away. And that's going to be Apple and Oats, which I think for a lot of other reviewers, this is going to be super high on their list. I don't know what it is about this one. Like, it's nice, but it doesn't thrill me like Central Park Pralines and Amber Road. It's a good, warm, middle of the road Scentsy bakery. It's nice and sweet. It's nice and oatmeal-y. The apple that's in here is good. I think for me, there's not enough cinnamon. Now, if you know me, you're not shocked. For most people, there's plenty of cinnamon in here and they're all good. I would like more. Maybe I should mix it with clove and cinnamon and see what happens. But it's a really homey scent. It's perfect for a kitchen, good for any time of the year. If you are building a club and you lack good Scentsy bakery, definitely add this. That's a good one. Okay, next couple. They are reasonably niche in a season where you'd really want to melt them, but they were both very solid. So the first one of those is going to be the Disney Belle Enchanted Rose. Very nice. If you like florals, this is a good one. It's good because you've got the old-fashioned rose and the sandalwood, but then it's a little bit more interesting because there's passion fruit or passion flower, one of the two in here. So it sweetens it up, gives it almost a perfumey tropical note on top of the rose, which is good. I still feel like it's very old-fashioned because it's that old-fashioned grand old lady rose scent in here, but it's really good. So this is one where I might grab another one just because I'll enjoy melting it, but I don't need to club this. Also, it's a Disney bar, so it's $1 more. Next one here, I did take Whiteout out of my club, and I'm very happy to report that, at least to my nose, the beautiful Winter Wonderland, very similar to Whiteout. So I need a few. It's one of those where I might club it for a minute. Probably not, just because I know if I get a few, I'll be good because I've still got at least one of Whiteout. Really, not that much difference between them. Whiteout has a little bit of pine, a little bit of a golden sweet apple. If I was to choose, I'd really have to go grab my bar of Whiteout and sniff them side by side. This one's probably a better performer, and I really liked this as far as mint goes because I don't like Perfect Peppermint. That one's too sharp. I like Whiteout, but it doesn't perform super well. This kind of hits right in the middle. I would like to mix this with a lavender and see what you get. It was good. So if you miss Whiteout, please club that. It's really, really nice. I'm happy we got it back. Okay, now we get into the, I could get one more, but there's something about each of these next bars where they're not my top bars, but they were good. Like I said, there's only one in this whole group of 25 that I really don't care for at all. So what are we gonna do next? Prickly Pear and Agave. It's such a good bar, it's such a good performer, and it's reasonably unique. I put this one in the basement just because I was melting all the mint things and all of the sweet confectionery things the day or 2 days before, and I wanted to separate them. Whoops, this lasts a long time. It has more of its fresh desert green phase first, and then you get that little bit of what they call sheer petals. Have no idea what those petals are supposed to be. I'm assuming cactus flower. This is a bar that I always like, and I always say, Elizabeth, you should like it more than you do. But it's really good, it's really solid. And if you miss this, if you miss sea salt and avocado, which you can get as a brick and club, that type of scent we aren't doing so much of right now. Prickly Pear Flare from the Easter collection was close. I think of all three of those bars I just mentioned, this is my favorite, so I probably need to grab a couple of that. And again, starting a club from scratch, I might throw that in. Mine is way over a reasonable limit, won't be adding that to club. Next one, oh, I had a hard time deciding what I was going to do next. Just like the Cranberry Pumpkin Spice, things for fall right now are a bit of a struggle for me in my mind about how much do I really like this. But the Mums and Marigolds did come in higher than I thought it would because I was worried that when I got this bar in the warmer it would be funky. It wasn't. It was really nice. But it's a fall floral. So you've got the mum scent, you've got, I think they claimed there was rhubarb in here, there's definitely some cedar, and I did this half in my basement and half in my bedroom. For a day like today, in the middle of the summer, in the basement, pitch perfect because there's just something about the atmosphere down there that tends to do medium level fall bars beautifully. I don't know what it is about whatever other residual scents are down there, but it makes a lot of bars that I like but don't love just sing. It was so good. And in my bedroom, it was okay. But this is sort of like the granddaddy of your maybe Scarlet Sunflower, or we've had a few other bars that were flirting with floral and fall. This is definitely more woodsy than, say, Scarlet Sunflower, which is much sweeter. It's one of those where if I was melting this in September, I'd be able to tell you I want to put this in my club or not, but it's the wrong time of the year, wrong air outside. I'm very sensitive personally to seasonal melting, where some bars just come alive in their season and the rest of the year, not so much. So I might club this until I can melt it a couple times in the fall and then let it go, or I might get a stack of 6. I really like it. Just struggling with how much do I like it because it's not October outside. All right, now we get down to the ones where it's either scent or performance that I'm struggling with separately. So I've got 3. Well, one of these isn't quite fair that I'm struggling with it. We'll do that first. I didn't really struggle with performance on Fiji Flower. This is beautiful. This is exactly what you want to melt on a beautiful June day like today. I guess it's just that I've had it before, so I'm kind of over it. But if you like a beautiful, lovely spring apple and floral scent, Fiji Flower is amazing. I remember loving it back in the day. It just didn't excite me. It's a good medium, nice and holds its own in the room, not crazy strong, but this is a really good bar. Again, if you're building a club and you want one of Scentsy's better spring fruity florals, I think this is a good one. All right, now we get into it's either performance or scent that I'm struggling with. So let's do the performance bars first. I liked both of these very much, but they're toward the bottom of my rankings because when I put them in a medium-sized room, I didn't smell them very much. Coconut flower, very beautiful. I will get another one, maybe a couple, because I really like the scent. It's got a beautiful, like a fruit nectar plus the creamy coconut, but I put it in this room. The Florida room is usually a good indicator of whether a bar can throw or not, because it's just big enough, but contained enough to let me know. It struggled, but I really like the scent. So I have this one ranked down at number 19 just because it didn't perform for me the way I was hoping. It's a beautiful bar. I probably need to do it in my bedroom and it'll be perfect. We will see. And then the next one's kind of like that, and that's Candy Dandy. This is gorgeous. Really like this. It's got mango, it's got vanilla, it's got really happy lemon drops, but this really didn't do very well in these medium zones. And again, I should have put it in my bedroom and I didn't because I was trying to melt it with some other similar things. I wanted to compare it to Linger, which did fine out here. This one struggled. Definitely will get another one, but probably need to melt that in my bedroom. At first I thought maybe I would club it because it's got some similarities to sugar, but sugar performs much better, at least to my memory. So next, what do I do next? These two have got to be on the bottom because one's bad and one performs terribly. Okay, Red Pear and Pomegranate is an excellent bar. I have this one down at number 22 out of 1 through 25. But it isn't, I don't know, it's one of those bars where if I crave it on the right day, it's really good. I'm just not a pomegranate person when it comes to scent notes. Excellent performance, very much like a really bright rhubarb jam, then you throw in the pomegranate, you get the pear. So for the right person, this is a fabulous bar. I might get one more. I do like this melted in alternate warmers with cashmere pear, but it's one of those where I don't need another one. It's kind of on the edge. Good bar, just not exciting to me. And the next one, I told you guys I like Rosemary Mint. I do, I'm not offended by it, but when I melted this on the same day as the Winter Wonderland, no comparison. The Winter Wonderland doesn't have the herbal undertone that this does. Now, on a day when I'm sick, if I was going to do Rosemary Mint versus Just Breathe, I find the Rosemary Mint with the tea tree oil much more soothing, but it's a medicinal bar to me. So I put it much lower on the ranking than I originally thought, just because the Winter Wonderland has enough peppermint in it that it could work for medicinal, but it'll work for so many other things that this doesn't. So this is extremely specific. Sorry, I'm having some trouble with focus on this. This is an extremely specific bar. If you love this, I understand why, but it's just not versatile enough, although it performs very well, and it does what it does very well for me to rank it super high. Now, I got 3 left. I might actually purchase a couple more of Grapevine because it's the only grape scent I've ever melted that I don't hate. but it's a grape scent. So I cannot bring myself to put this higher. This grape scent is a fabulous performer like I thought it would be. And it has this little bit of a Cabernet, more sophisticated undertone that I put this in older daughter's room, and I apologized. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm putting the grape scent in your room. I know nobody wants to smell it, but you're going to be gone to work all day. So, she's like, okay, Mom, whatever. But every time I would go in there, I would think, you know what? This would be really good melted with certain oaky or masculine fall bars, primarily World Traveler. So I might want to grab one, maybe even two more, specifically to do that with that bar, or to mix with something like maybe vanilla oak. I just need to take the wine part of this bar, which I wish there was more wine. If this was more Cabernet and almost no grape juice, I would get several. But it's the only grape Scentsy's ever made where I'm like, I might want more of that. So wasn't too bad, but yet it's a grape bar. So I just cannot bring myself to put that super high on the list because I'll reach for it like, once a year? Okay, we're down to our last two. Now, this is 24th because I'm angry with it. It always disappoints me. A fabulous scent. I hope somebody else gets better performance out of this, but Tahitian Black Orchid did what it always does to me. It promises me the world and gives me nothing. It's so beautiful in the clam. You get the roses and the dark plums and the orchids, and you're just like, please throw, please throw. No, you have to stick your nose right in the warmer. You have to stick it in a corner somewhere where it traps the scent, and you still really have to look for it. So I just fired up my new Mediterranean Moonlight warmer, which it's only a 2-cube warmer, but it performs very, very well for its size. People have been saying in comments for the Mediterranean Moonlight on my Instagram, well, it's basically just a mini warmer, so why spend all that money? Yes, but a mini warmer only holds 1 cube. This holds 2, and it is gorgeous. So just think about adding one of those to your collection, because if you get that into your house, you will actually really be surprised. For a 2-cube warmer, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Anyway, I say all that to say I put that in the corner of my dining room where I know I can trap scent behind the door, because I'll open one of my glass doors over there. Put the Tahitian Black Orchid in, and when I was doing my paperwork at the table, I could smell it, and it was gorgeous. But if I'm in my kitchen, there's no way I'm smelling Tahitian Black Orchid from in the dining room, and it's done this to me for years. So anyway, that's why it's 24th. If you get good performance, I would have ranked that up like top 5. Love it, just can't smell it. And last but not least, for other people, this is going to be their number 1. That's Strawberry Taffy. It was better than I remembered it. Doesn't have the sour milk note, but I just don't love fake, sweet, creamy strawberry. I like certain strawberries, like sugared strawberry is really good. Strawberry Bliss is good. I love berry sweet. Not so much this. It's exactly what it claims to be. It didn't have the funky sour milk note. It performed fabulously. If I loved this, again, performance and its authenticity, if I liked the scent, would have ranked it in my top 10. I just don't care for the scent. It's the only one where I put it in for 2 hours, kind of did my duty by you guys to know that it smelled exactly like I remember it without too much sour milk, and took it right out. So for others, I think my friend Robin, if I remember right, loves this bar. And many people do. So that's my top 25. In all honesty, these were so good. I'm not going to do it because I don't need it, but I think as consultants, we can order 2 kits. I've never done it, so I'm not sure. Enough of these were so good that if I truly needed to order another kit, I wouldn't mind. Really, really good BBMB. And again, my top couple, just because I am who I am, are absolutely holding strong with Central Park Pralines and Amber Road. Love my summer holiday. And I think that my most pleasant surprises of things that I've not experienced before were probably your Linger, Exotic Vanilla, Cactus Flower Lime, and then for what it is, the Mums and Marigolds. Love the Seashore, and was just really happy. Marshmallow Mint went way up in my estimation. I'll definitely be getting some of the Winter Wonderland. fabulous round of Bring Back My Bars. I hope you guys really enjoy them when they come out July the 1st. So if I'm your consultant, waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us is my website, and this would be a good time to open a party. If you plan on really investing in your Bring Back My Bars, you can always add friends to that party and be able to get rewards. Now the threshold starts at $250 for a party as far as rewards now, but this is a good time to do that. And then all of a sudden it's going to be August. And then we'll be talking about what you can't live without from the spring summer catalog, because we'll be lifting the lid on what's coming back in September. And of course, I am a fall winter, mostly fall girl. I'm enjoying the rest of summer, but I can't wait for the news at SFR, where they usually leak the little sheet from the catalog of what's coming back for fall. It's one of my favorite things to do of all time. But for now, we can content ourselves with our summer of 2025 BBMB. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.